Hello, here is another Osaka League game played on 2 handicap this time, where white won by 26.5, so quite comfortable. This was a game of pure building, not so many fights happening, and both black and white tried to grab a lot of territory, but white managed to build way more. So let's have a look. Komoko, then approach a corner. Shimari, very good. Black goes for a Sun and Sei. Black can actually extend on the right side, R10 or Q10. Also, it's good enough to play R14 because that's the direction of development for white next. Well, Sun and Sei it's a big spot too. So now white attacks on the right. Well, usually black defends the corner at O16 and white can extend back to Q10, which is quite ideal for the right side, having the Shimari in place already. So black can consider some pincers here, Q11 or Q10, just take away white's nice spot. The tight pincer at R12, it's also very common when you play Sun and Sei, but black decided to play a 2-spade jump in the top. Now in this case, it's ideal for white to extend back to Q10, but it's also very urgent to invade the corner, otherwise black will build 2 more on the top side. If black will double up again R16, it's very difficult to invade that top area. So in general, it's good to invade the corner. Black will separate, white will push, black can Nobi or Hane. When black plays the Hane, white is going to live inside the corner quite easily, and black shape it's a little bit hurt on the outside. White can also play this peep to see whether black defends like this or Hane and resist this way, but this leaves Aji with the cutting points behind, so black still needs to connect. Then white will go down to use the R14 stone and Nobi, jump or extend. So white will grab the corner and also get some potential on the outside. This is a very common follow-up. When black plays a Nobi, white can simply Keima. Now, playing the Nobi, black can use the sacrifice Tetsuji at P18 and then block. Now when white extends, black gets the force he moves in the corner. And white has to pay attention because there's a co-fight that can start at Q19. So white needs to play more moves to stay alive in the top. So this is a way where white lives in the top, but black grabs gets a very nice wall and now pins are on the right side, somewhere around here to take away R14 extension or a base. So white decided to attack the top left corner instead, and black does the same thing. So now either the Sansan invasion in the top left or top right are big points for white. When white plays a slide and black protects the corner, black's formation in the top it's quite nice, so it's really hard to invade that area now. Well, the only spot left to invade is R17, but now it's black's turn. So black can play R16 to prevent the invasion or play some pincer on the right side. In the actual game, black decided to go for the tight pincer. White obviously goes for the Sansa, which is good. So block, Nobi, and then the solid connection. Usually here, white will double up on the second line. This is a move to prevent the cut. So when white plays away, black has the push and cut on the outside. Now when white captures a stone here, black will grab the 2 stones in the corner. And if white connects the corner, black will extend, and now white has to live in the corner as well, and this is quite painful to lose the stone on the outside. Now white protects against the cut, but playing S14 it's already going to prevent the RG. So when black pushes here, white just connects under and nothing happens, and black again will play the Keima to complete his wall on the outside. Now having S14 in place, the endgame can be different. So when white approaches like this, later on white can connect under. Also white can push and cut this stone. So in general it's common to play S14. Now white played solid, black defends with a Keima, and white can grab another big point. This is quite large to extend from the Shimari, but white can also continue in the lower left corner, attach and Hane, and we've seen this variation many times. But that's a classic Joseki. Also, white can extend back to k4 and later think about the invasion at c3. Well, if black protects the corner, then white can also extend on the right. If black extends on the right, white can go in the corner d3 or c3. But it's very big to play k4, works pretty well with the Shimari. So white extends on the right, then black could pincer right away. If black pincers and white still fix the corner like this, black gets to make a base on the bottom side where white had a lot of potential. In the actual game, white built his biggest territory on the bottom side. Now it's not going to be the case anymore. So kick, white goes up, then black played a secure move in the corner, but actually black should take away the extension, either j4 or k4. And when white jumps again, black can add another move to secure the corner or simply go for a base on the bottom side. This was a little bit slack. Anyway, black has space to extend on the left side and the corner is not so much in danger. So playing this move, it's rather slow and white got the ideal extension. Now white got both extensions on the bottom and the right side, so the formation is really excellent for white here. Already when we look at this position, it doesn't feel like a two-handicap game anymore. It's more like an even game and white already has a slightly lead, checking the potential on the bottom. Compared to the potential in the top, I mean, if we consider that this area it's about the same with the top, black has a tiny corner, white also has a corner, and then black has this group on the left side, which is the extra, and also like half of the right side. So already white is slightly ahead under 30 moves. The Fuseki went pretty well for white here. This is a large point. Pushing in the corner, it's a little bit early. Right now, white can think about some moves to expand the moyo. So a one space jump here or even a two space jump to grow from the bottom towards the center. On the right side, white has the push and cut, but it's not necessary to start with that move. A jump like it happened in the game around 09, it's also a fine idea. So this push in the corner, it can be delayed. I mean, if white plays, for example, something like L7 and black blocks the corner, the group on the left side is still fine. It's easy to jump once in the middle, but it's still okay to jump along in the center to create a box, because this will also limit black's potential in the top. Anyway, b17 it's a large endgame move. If black answers, white will turn, then hane, and the group is much stronger now. Everything is center, and then white can jump along. So black protects this way. Black can actually make a combination of forcing moves in order to get some thickness in the top and make sure white is not going to reduce from the left side. Then play some either an invasion on the bottom side or some kind of reducing move like the cap, and then attach, cross cut, and go for a sabaki in this area. Black should really be alert about the bottom oil and try to reduce. So playing the tsuke, white hane, black nobi, and now black lost sente. So white got to expand the moyo first. Now when black plays this jump, yeah, this is quite interesting to break the connection or the get on the sector line. And here white also played the jump to try to block most of the bottom, but this can be broken with a jump inside the elephant eye. So when white pushes like this, black will just continue on the bottom, and it can be dangerous. So black is already inside the moyo. Therefore, white should play a cap move. This cap move, it's also making sure the top is not going to expand too much. Black will jump out normally to connect to the left. Then white can play a peep to make black heavy, and then another jump to connect these stones on the bottom in a much better way. So when black turns, white can block here. If black tries to come in, push and cut. So white stones connect very well in this fight. Playing m6 directly leaves the edge at l5, but black didn't use the agi to get inside, and white still got a lot. Now when white plays this one space jump, which is connected to the right stones, for black it's very natural to block at n12. It just feels like the perfect spot. So white should find a way to break the connection between the two marked stones. So in that case, white should play n11, for example. Now, when black pushes this way, white will just descend to connect to the right. And here, if white blocks and black cuts, white can push and cut and capture the two stones. So black has to connect the stone, white will connect, so white is already inside the moyo and loses no points. When black jumps here, white gets inside, when black turns, jump again and double up. So it's really impossible for black to get any points in this area. Playing the jump is not going to reduce much and it's not going to increase too much. It creates the edge of q12 cut, but white can already use this push and cut without preparation or attach like this and then cut. So it's more interesting to play a move like n11 or o12, because this way black stones are not going to connect in the top area. So black just blocked. Now white pushes from the left side. It's a bit stronger to push like this because the Keima black can turn, and then if white blocks, Atari and extend, and if white pulls back in a solid way, black can push and cut. So now f12 got punished. Black didn't have to block like this. This is too submissive. Maybe black felt it's enough to build that top area to compete with white's territories, but his judgment was wrong. I think he didn't count properly or estimated the territories very well. This kind of jump still leaves some ways for black to get inside. Normally, white should play here to make sure black is never going to try the L5 move. Then, when black no B, let's see, go inside with a Keima to be more connected. Anyway, it's difficult for black to build points around G12. I mean, it's very easy for white to jump once here and there is nothing in that area. So black is going to build something in the top, but it's small. Keima like this would build more. Then white got the Sente moves everywhere on the second and first line. This is very good. Sente, then another Sente. Black can block D2. It's the same thing, because after E2, Hane, block, connect, and he still needs D2. So he could play D2 right away. It's good for white, he got to play E1 before black played F1. Same thing is in the top, left and right. Then the Kosumi. This Hane is not necessary right away, because anyway for black is not sent to play A10. So sometimes playing a Hane and connect, which is obviously sent for white, is good to be kept for Kotrets. So right now white can cut this stone, much more interesting, and get a lot of profit on the right side. And it's good to cut with a Keima at, cut Keima at the waist at Q12. So this was Sente. Yeah, like this, black can just push. So in this case, Q12. Black will push, white blocks. If Atari here, black just loses more stones inside. If Atari like this, and this kind of move, white just builds more on the right side. So push, push, and push again. Now here, white can actually push like this first, threatening to get inside the moyo, and then a jump like that. If black pushes here, block. If push like this, block again. Now the reason white plays Q14 first is because when white plays Q10, black can push and Atari first, and then push again, and then cut one stone. So it's a matter of 2 points difference to play Q14 in Sente. Playing like this, black can reduce a little more. But in the end, not that much. So white keeps the bottom. Here black had a chance to make a few points. This cut. Okay, that was a little dangerous. White can actually play just a jump in the middle. And when black plays Atari here, give up the stone. The thing is, when white plays this Atari, black can Atari from behind. Now white either connects or captures and most of the time will capture directly, but the problem is black can continue with an Atari like that to separate, or just sacrifice Atari this way and descend. And now let's see the semi. So, oh wait, tuck, tuck. Ah, so it's going to be Seki here. Yeah, this way all these points disappear. Black cannot capture the group, but he can create a Seki. So yeah, before doing that, it's good to Atari like this. White will connect, otherwise it's a ko and it's quite dangerous. And then when black connects here, it's also dangerous. Oh wait, here we can push first and then connect. And now black can penetrate the bottom side. Besides, these stones in the middle are also in danger. They can be cut around here. So this was black's chance to damage the bottom area. So if white plays here, there's a double Atari and get inside. It actually damages a lot. So on this Atari, white's option is to give up the stones in the center and then reduce coming from the other two stones. Black lost a chance here, not playing Atari J5. So connect. Black can cover. There is still Agi with Atari, Atari and descent, so white needs another move. And then push like this. If white plays away, again we have this cut and then descent and descent again. Then take away liberties from the outside. So this will be a Seki. Black shouldn't peep. It's more interesting to block in center, then push and cut. White has to sacrifice those guys, and it's going to be Gote. So that can redeem a little bit of the losses, but probably still not enough. 26 points, it's a lot. So here, white gets inside. This push is really big. This was deciding. So white can just Atari, Atari, Pane, push again, Atari, Atari again, push one more. So many points here, and everything in center. And another option for white is to just go Nobi. Because with the Nobi, white creates the option to capture the bottom stone, I mean the 5 stones. So if black goes to the left to save these two guys, white has this kind of move, then cut and a snapback. So black needs to save the stones on the right, playing something like this. Then white can squeeze this way. That's quite annoying. And let's check the ladder. Tuck, 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 tuck. Yeah, the ladder works too. And boom, capture those stones. So it's a little better to go simply up. Anyway, this will reduce some points. Black sacrifices, okay. Not having the liberty taken at k9, this move doesn't work. So maybe it's more interesting in this case just to connect this stone. Yeah, now there's a problem. So black lost some more points. Here white can bump, I mean turn in center, then push like this. Well, white got to play both moves anyway. And now it's pretty much finished. So overall, a very peaceful game. Oh, this connection is not necessary. 1 point minus. Better play here. Anyway, black is behind. I mean, just looking at the position, we can see the bottom and the right side are almost 50% bigger than the top side, without counting. So, very solid game by white. Congrats on this win and extremely peaceful. Well done. Enjoy the review.